Everybody, this is lecture for week 12, Monday 10th of January 2022. Okay, this is lecture for topic 9 and this is part 2 lecture. I think in the previous lecture I have explain several things related to this topic. This topic 9 is about process costing, and I think the first thing that I have explained for this topic is the characteristic of businesses or companies that will use process costing. If a business produces single product but in many quantity, in thousands of quantity, and then the production process is done in factory, and there are many departments for production, this kind of businesses or companies will use process costing to calculate cost per unit. And then you have seen how businesses that uses process costing are different compared to businesses that will use job order costing. And then what else? What is the next thing? And then the next thing is in the previous lecture, have also explained that the basic idea to calculate cost per unit for process costing is like this. You have to calculate total cost for the production, and then you have to divide the total cost with the total quantity of product produced by a business, and then after that you will get the cost per unit of product. And then the next point that I also have explained in the previous lecture is I have explained that total cost to produce product equal to direct material cost plus direct labor cost plus manufacturing overhead cost. And then for process costing system, the equation is simplified. So for process costing system, total production cost or manufacturing cost equal to direct material cost plus conversion cost. And remember, conversion cost equal to direct material cost plus manufacturing overhead cost. So to make it simple, total production cost for process costing method equal to direct material cost plus conversion cost. Okay, now this is the next thing that you have to know before you can do before you can calculate cost per unit using process costing system. So this thing is called equivalent unit of production. This is not difficult. You see here the first point here, equivalent units are partially complete and are part of work in process inventory. Partially completed products are expressed in terms of a smaller number of fully completed units. So the idea is like this. If you have a business that uses a process costing system, at the end of every accounting period, when you close accounts on that date, if you check the inventory of the business, you will see finished product inventory and also work in process inventory. Work in process inventories is partially completed product. It means that the product is partially complete, not completed yet, but partially complete. So maybe the completion is 20% complete, or 30% complete, or even 10% complete, or at any percent of completion. So if you see a business, when the business close its account and it has 1,000 unit partially completed product, and the percentage of completion is let's say 20%. So if the WIP or work in process inventory is 1,000 unit, the percentage of completion is 20%. So this WIP equal to how many unit of completed product? So 1,000 unit of partially completed product at 20% completion equal to 200 unit of completed products. I hope you get the idea. So let's see the example here. Equivalent unit of production. So if you see there are two partially completed product and the completion is 50% each, these two 50% completed product equal to one complete product. So see here if there are two products and each product is 50% complete, these two products equal to one completed product. So I hope you can get the idea. So see the yellow blocks there, two half completed products are equivalent to one completed product. So 10,000 units of 70% complete equal to 7,000 completed or complete units. So this is very easy to understand. There is an example for this in the next slide, so you will get the idea. So let's see here. For the current period, a business started 15,000 units and completed 10,000 units, leaving 5,000 units in process, 30% complete. How many equivalent unit of production did the business have for the period? So this business started 15,000 unit of production. At the end of the accounting period, maybe at the end of the month, 10,000 units 100% complete. There is no problem with that. Another 5,000 units is only 30% complete. So these units at the end of the accounting period equal to how many equivalent units? So the answer is like this. At the end of the accounting period, the ending inventory equal to 10,000 units, that is the completed unit, plus 5,000 units times 30%, that is the WIP or work in process inventories. So at the end of that accounting period, the ending inventory equal to 11,500 equivalent units, or the ending inventory, or the final the output at the end of the accounting period. The output at the end of the accounting period. And then, okay, now remember the purpose of process costing is to calculate cost per unit. So now the next thing that you have to know is how to calculate and using equivalent unit of production. So how to calculate the cost per equivalent unit for the period? So to calculate the cost per equivalent unit for the period, the formula is cost per equivalent unit equal to cost for the period divided by the equivalent unit of production for the period. Very straightforward. If somebody asks you how to calculate cost per equivalent unit, so the answer is the total cost for that accounting period divided by the total equivalent unit of production for that period. So see here, there is an example here. Now assume that the business or Jones incurred 27,600 in the production cost for the 11,500 equivalent units of production. What was Jones' cost per equivalent unit for the period? Very easy. You use the formula that you have seen in the previous slide, and then you will get this number. So to calculate cost per equivalent unit, the formula is total cost for the accounting period divided by the equivalent units related to that accounting period. So 27,600 divided by the 11,500 equivalent units equal to $2.40 per equivalent unit. Okay. Now, that is the basic idea. You have learned about the basic idea related to process costing. Now, there are several methods that can be used to calculate cost per unit using process costing method. I think the most frequently taught method is the weighted average method. Another method is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, FIFO method, first in first out method. So that is not covered in this topic. For this course, ACN3101 or ACT3110, you have only to know about how to use weighted average method. Okay, so this is 2 points related to weighted average method. It makes no distinction between work done in prior and current period, and blends together units and costs from prior period and current period. So this is not difficult. This is straightforward. Let's see how this works. Okay, so see here, Smith Company reported the following activity in Department A for the month of June. So see here, for the month of June, work in process in 1st of June, 300 unit, 40% in term of material, 20% in term of conversion. Like remember I have told you earlier, in process costing, the cost of production equal to direct material cost plus direct labor cost plus manufacturing overhead cost. But to make it simple, the direct labor cost plus manufacturing overhead cost is combined together and known as conversion cost. In process, and then units started into production in June, 6,000 unit. See the second point in the green box. The third point in the green box is unit completed and transferred out of Department A during June is equal to 5,400. And then work in process at the end of June or 30th of June is 900, and these 900 units, physical units, only 60% is completed in terms of material and 30% completed in terms of conversion. So remember this. See here, work WIP beginning or at 1st of June is 300 plus units started into the production 6,000. So 300 plus 6,000 is 6,300. At the end of the accounting period, unit completed is 5,400 plus WIP ending is 900. So 5,400 plus 900 equal to 6,302. So it is like the input must equal to the output. Okay, now if you have to calculate equivalent units, this is the calculation. Remember, equivalent units is the units at the end of the accounting period. So it is related to the quantity at the end of the accounting period. At the end of the accounting period for this business, if you check the previous slide, the unit completed at the end of the accounting period is 5,400. So it must be 100% in terms of material and 100% in terms of conversion. So that is the unit completed. But in terms of work in process, the physical unit for the WIP ending is 900 units. WIP is work in process. So physical unit for WIP at the end of the month or accounting period is 900 unit. But in terms of material, it is only 60% complete. So 900 unit but 60% complete equal to 540 equivalent units. Okay. And then in terms of conversion, it is 30% complete. The physical is 900 unit, but in terms of conversion cost, it is only 30% complete. So 900 units at 30% completion equal to 270 equivalent unit. So during the month of June, see the last point in this purple box. At the end of June, equivalent units of production in department A equal to 5,940 unit in terms of material and 5,670 in terms of conversion unit, in terms of conversion cost. Okay, so now this is, see the blue box, the first box. Equivalent units of production always equal to unit completed and transferred plus equivalent unit remaining in the work in process. So we have seen the calculation in the previous step. In terms of material, the equivalent unit is 5,940. Equivalent unit in terms of production, in terms of conversion is 5,670. Okay. Production report. Production report is the main document used in the process costing system. If you can remember, when you learn about job order costing system in the previous lecture, the main document related to job costing system is called job cost sheet. For process costing system, the main document to record the cost is called production report. So see, there are several points related to production report. So the first one, this document shows the flow of units and cost through work in process. The second point is it provides cost information for financial statement. Point number 3, it helps managers control their departments. Point number 4 becomes the job cost sheet in process costing. So back to the point number 1, shows the flow of units and cost through work in process. So production report is a document. You will see that document in the later slide. It will show the flow of unit and cost related to the production process. Okay, the second point is it provides cost information for financial statement. So the second point says that if you have a company and you uses job costing system, like other companies or businesses, you have at the end of the accounting period, you have to prepare income statement and balance sheet. So when you prepare the balance sheet, one of the things that you have to show in the balance sheet is the current asset inventory. So when you want to put number or value on the current asset inventory, you have to refer to production report. So production report provide the number for the current asset inventory that you have to put in the balance sheet. Point number 3, it helps managers to control their department. So production report is a document that shows the flow of production and also the cost of production. So if the manager of the production department want to control the department, want to control the cost, particularly want to control the production process, he or she can use the production report to see the numbers there, and with he or she can do improvements or modification in the production process to make the things better, to make the department better. Okay, and the last point becomes the job cost sheet in process costing. Like I said earlier, production report is the main document used in a department or business that uses process order costing. In that in the production report, you have to record the total cost, the total equivalent unit, and then the cost related to the production in an accounting period. So I think there is an example after this. Okay, production report contains 3 sections: section 1, section 2, and section 3. So section 1 is where you show a quantity schedule showing the flow of units and the computation of equivalent units. Okay, that is the thing that you have to show. Section 2 is where you show a computation of cost per equivalent unit. Section 3 is where you reconcile the cost of flows for the period, including total cost for the unit completed, and then total cost for partially completed units. This is it is not difficult to prepare a production report. It is not difficult, it is easy. There is an example after this, and you will see it is not difficult. Okay, so this is a complete example of how to do process costing system, and also how to prepare the production report. See here, Double Diamond Skis uses process costing to determine unit cost in its shaping and milling department. Double Diamond uses the weighted average cost procedure using the following information. For the month of May, let's prepare a production report for shaping and milling. So this is like the question. You will when you learn about process costing system, you will see this kind of question. So in this question, a sample question, you will be given data like this. First, you are given data at the beginning of the month. In this example or sample, it is the month of May. Work in process in the month of May is 200 unit. That is work in process beginning, 200 units. In terms of material, 55% complete. Conversion, 30% complete. During the May, production started is 5,000 unit. So like the input in the month of May is 200 unit plus 5,000 unit. That is the input. 5,000 unit plus 200 unit. So total input during the month of May is 5,200. And then production completed during the May. So it is like the output. At the end of May, 5,800 complete. And then cost added during the May is material cost 368,600, conversion cost 350,900. And at the end of May also there are work in process inventories. The physical unit is 400 units. Material, in terms of material, it is 40% complete. In terms of conversion cost, it is 25% complete. So see here, the input during the month is 5,200 unit physical. The output at the end of May is also 5,200 physical unit, 4,800 unit in completed and 400 units partially complete. Okay, now if you have to prepare the production report for this business for the month of May, this is the way to do it. So the first thing that you have to do is to prepare the section 1. In section 1, you have to show quantity schedule with equivalent unit. First, you have to show unit to be accounted for. Unit to be accounted for is related to the input during the month. So during the month, work in process is 200 unit, and then unit started into production is 5,000 unit. Total equal to 5,200. Okay, that is the first thing you have to show in this section 1. The second thing that you have to show is the calculation for equivalent unit. For the equivalent unit, you have to show the output at the end of the accounting period. For this sample question, the output is completed and transferred units equal to 4,800. That is the unit completed. And then the second thing that you have to show is the work in process at the end of the accounting period or the end of the month of May. Physical unit is 400, but remember you have to calculate the equivalent unit. In terms of material, it is 40% complete. So 400 physical unit at 40% complete equal to 160. So 400 times 40% equal to 160. 400 physical unit, in terms of conversion, it is 25% complete. So 400 times 25% equal to 100 equivalent unit. So the physical unit at the end of the month of May is 5,200. That is physical unit. But equivalent unit is, in terms of material, it is 4,960, and in terms of conversion cost, it is only 4,900 unit. 4,900 equivalent unit. So that is the section 1 of the production report. Now, what is the section 2? Or this is the section 2 of the production report. Remember, in section 2 of the production report, you have to show the calculation for cost per equivalent unit. So how to do that? Very easy. First, you have to calculate total cost related to the month of May. So total cost related to the month of May is, first, you see, work in process at 1st of May. If you check the slide related to the scenario for this company or business, you will see that at the beginning of the month of May, there is a cost related to the WIP beginning. The cost is, in terms of material, 9,600. In terms of conversion, 5,575. So total cost related to WIP beginning equal to 15,175. That is the cost related to WIP beginning. And during the month of May, there are additional costs spent by the business. The additional cost spent by the business during the month of May is material $368,600, conversion $350,900. So total cost added during the month of May is $719,500. Total cost during the month is $734,675. In terms of material, total cost is 378,200. In terms of conversion, the total cost is equal to $356,475. And then the next thing to do after you have calculated the total cost during the accounting period or the month, you have to show the equivalent unit. See, you have calculated the equivalent unit in the section 1. You take the number from section 1, you put it here. In terms of material, the equivalent unit is 4,960. In terms of conversion, the equivalent unit is 4,900. So, the total material cost divided by the equivalent unit, you will get the cost of material per equivalent unit. And then total conversion cost divided by the equivalent unit for conversion cost, or for conversion, you will get the cost per equivalent unit of conversion. So total equivalent unit equal to $76.25 plus $72.75 equal to $149 for this sample question. Okay, that is the second section, and this is the second section in the production report. This section is called cost reconciliation section. In this section, you have to show from the total cost that you have calculated in section 2, how much is related to completed unit and how much is related to the work in process ending. So, and first thing is to calculate the total cost related to the unit completed and transferred out. So remember, the unit completed and transferred out, the physical unit is 4,800 both in terms of material and conversion. So how much is the total cost for that? So 4,800 units times the cost per equivalent unit, which is $149, so equal to $715,200 for this sample question. And then for the WIP ending or WIP inventory at 31st of May, remember the equivalent unit is 160 in terms of material and 100 in terms of conversion. So you have to calculate how much cost related to the material and how much cost is related to the conversion. For the material, the cost is 160 unit times $76.25. That $76.25 is the number that you have got in the previous section, in the previous slide, in section 2. And also, at the same time, for conversion, the total cost related to conversion is $7,275. How can you get that number? The number is 100 equivalent unit for conversion times $72.75 cost per equivalent unit of conversion. So you will get $7,275. So total work in process cost is $19,475. Total cost accounted for during the month of May is $734,675. This total cost must equal to the total cost that you have calculated in section 2 of this production report. Okay, this is trends in process operation. Remember, you have to remember the characteristic of businesses that uses process costing system. They are companies or businesses that produce single product at very large quantity, maybe thousand of quantity or million of quantity. The example that we use, I think, in the previous lecture is Coca-Cola company, and we take Coke soft drink as an example. The product is Coke. The business will produce millions of bottles of Coke. So that the business will use process costing system. So there are several trends related to businesses that use process costing system. The first one is process design. The second one is just-in-time production. Just-in-time production is a system or method used or introduced by Japanese. There is a specific way they do the production process. I think it is like they do the production only after they receive demand from customer or market. So that kind of method or approach is related to businesses that use process costing system, robotic and automation. So businesses that use process costing system, now most of them use robotic and automation in the production process. It makes the production process more efficient. Continuous processing and services, customer orientation. Businesses now, not only businesses that use process costing system, almost all businesses, they now are customer oriented. Most of the time they will produce what customer wants, not like many years ago. Businesses, they produce what they want, what they think good. But now businesses, they produce what or product or services that customer wants. Customer control the market. Okay, that is the thing. I hope you can read the textbook. These trends are very interesting. These trends influence the way businesses out there do their production process. Okay, that's it. This is the end of topic 9. In the next lecture, we will see things related to topic 10. Thank you very much. Do not forget to write your name and matric number in the comment section. I will record that as the lecture attendance.